Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another motherfucking live stream. How are you? I will go to upload and then social media sharing. And then do this. What is up? What is up? What's happening, friends? Is everything okay? Are you okay? Am I okay? Please like the stream, friends. Please consider becoming a member. Please become a member. I will drop the link. The link shall be dropped. I also need to get I also need to get this here. Okay. Where are we? Yes. Get access to the, what do you call it? What do you call it? I don't know. What do you call it? You call it the emojis. Welcome, Frank. Welcome, Germs. Welcome, Sean Colley. Welcome, Shakov's Gundam. I see that, Cologne Imperial. Yes, there will be a video tomorrow, an unboxing. There will be. Tomorrow, I'm thinking of getting my arse in gear and going to smell the new Hermes essence. I assume it's been released yet, although we know what assumption is. Assumption is the mother of all fuck ups. So, Eamon Salda. Ayman Al-Sadan. Scent of the day, Santal Majuscule. Hadaway. Strange name for a brand. Welcome, Beavis Bonds. Scent of the day, Palmer Water Essence. Aqua de Palma Essenza, is it? Welcome, Sadie. You can try the Sauvage Extra. The Sauvage Extra isn't being released in this country until the middle of August, apparently. Hola. Scent of the day is Eau de Patou by Jean Patou. Jean Patou has been bought out from LVMH by the family that used to own it. They only wanted to own it so that they could release, well, LVMH only wanted to own it so that they could release a perfume called Joy without paying royalties, and it was cheaper to buy Patou. It was cheaper to buy Patou than to get the rights off them. It's ludicrous, really. A long time no chat. Welcome, Galen. I'm missing the live, guys. Miss you all. Poor Franska boy. What could be happening at this extremely pressing time? Friends, I have some perfumes coming, hopefully this week, if they don't get missed, if they don't get stolen, if they don't get lost. You know? Please like the stream, friends. Let the world know that you like the stream. Welcome, Christina. How are you? Al Salden says, best l'artisan parfumier from Duchefort, Zonkler or Timbuktu. I don't like either of those. Hello, Herb. Your scent of the night is Profumum Naya. Vero Profumum Naya. I am wearing Ambre Supreme, friends. Ambre Supreme is my scent of the day. It is my scent of the day, and it is fantastic and doing really well. It's a pretty fantastic fragrance. Welcome, Sandra. I would like to try Traverse a Dubos 4, but it is impossible to find. There is one on British eBay, but it's not cheap. It's not cheap. Ambre Supreme is great, says Herb. You once called it the perfect blue fragrance. Yes, that's right. It's the ultimate blue fragrance. It's what it feels like. Oh, real ambergris, apparently. Yeah, I believe them when they say they use real ambergris. I wouldn't be surprised if they also filled it out with some like ambroxan and that sort of shit as well. But I do think that they use real ambergris in it. Hello, Pat Lester. You are wearing Bryn de Réglisse. I needed lavender to boost my mood today. I have cracked into my 4th Fruit de Lavande candle of this summer. I have just lit it up today. Or was that yesterday? I love my Fruit de Lavande. It's fantastic. And whatever they're using, it works very well. It works very well, says James. It does. It does. It's a well-made fragrance. It's a well-made fragrance, friends. And it smells good. And it's a good wear. Paris says, Herb, I had it but just sold it. I found it beautiful, but the honeyed facet was too much for me. Scent of the day is House of Oud. Blessing Silence. Going to be 90 degrees here, and I want to lean into the heat with some skanks. Herb, yes, it is a lot to take. I think it might have benefited from a bump to the melon. I've had a few bumps to the melon myself, you know. Greetings, fragrance time. Ayman Al-Sadden says, anyone familiar with Benzoin Bohem by Diptyque? One of my favourite benzoins, but wondering if it's worth splashing on vintage cracked bottle. Pradeep is a massive fan. He said that it's not as good in the new bottle. Pretty sure he did. Evening mindful awareness. No scent of the day. What? What? What do you mean, no scent of the day? What the fuck? Open to suggestions for mood-lifting, happiness-inducing fragrances. Someone said earlier that they were wearing Brin de Réglisse today. It's a thunderstorm here next to Lake Geneva. Hope it's getting cooler as a result. It tends to after a thunderstorm, though, doesn't it? Herb says I find Benzoin Bohem similar to Musc Ravageur, if I'm thinking of the right one. Musc Ravageur is not the fragrance that it was, to be fair. It used to be a nasty little skank, and now it's just a literally vanilla perfume. Aziz is wearing Mugler Cologne Fly Away. I think they've got rid of that. I think they got rid of all of those different colognes, didn't they? They got rid of all those colognes and just replaced it with Mugler Cologne. Oh, I'm all about the cologne at the minute. Like, I'm all about the cologne. It's ludicrous how much I'm about the cologne. Do you know, oh yes, I can. Thank God. Scent of the day, sacred water. Oh, sacre. I'm having to untranslate your comments. Fucking YouTube's an absolute pervert, like. It translates people's things. It's no good when so many perfume names are in bloody French. You know? So it's like, I'm reading that as sacred water. That's eau sacre. What a nightmare. Scent of the day, Zazaro pour homme, says Sean. Yes, lovely stuff and a bargain. Tremendous perfume. They're classics for a reason, friend. They are classics for a reason. Look at it. Behold. Take it in. Absolutely wonderful fragrance. Little 50ml job there. I have got another 230ml of vintage backup. And by God, this is actually it's not quite an old bottle, but it's like 20, 25 years. It's similar age to what my Paco Rabanne pour on was. But oh God, that's so good. I intend to wear the living fuck out of this. Like, that is what I am going to be wearing next year in the spring and summer. I'm also going to be wearing my Tuscany Perfumo, which is very much in the same vein and absolutely fucking glorious. Do you need both? Not really, if I'm being honest. Got my Smolto here as well. That's very much in the same. See these three fragrances here, right? They all have in common, right? Lavender, oak moss, aniseed, and leather. I think Azaroporom's got leather in. It's not as pronounced as the leather in the other two. Smolto is much more leather forward. Whoa. This is oak moss and lavender. Some of the anise, and this is lavender, oak moss, lemon. Ah, just wonderful, wonderful perfumes, really. I should do a video on the three of them, you know? I'm almost fully booked up for videos for this month, actually. RXL, welcome. Congratulations, AM, on 149 subscribers in the last 4 years. That's also how many I got in the last 30 days. Yeah, the mall reformulation is like the Black Death, devastating and unstoppable. Friends, I have more breaking news. Not only has Patu been bought out by the family that used to own it, but Galaxolide has been banned completely, gone. That's 50% of Jubilation 25 banished. Banished to the Shadow Realm. RXL, I was at 150 at my peak. What did you say? Greetings from the bar. Coffee is ready, says Duchamp. Aziz Slamus, as I am all about colognes at this point too. Considering Chanel cologne or Dior cologne or Guerlain cologne Imperial, which Dior cologne? Ayman Al-Sadden says, I managed to snag a Jubilation 25 high partial for under 100. No idea what the badges are like. Apparently made no man 2023. I mean, to be fair, right, for under 100 quid, you don't need to worry what the batch is, mate. For under 100, if it's $100, 100 quid, both are a steal. You know, high partial, you're laughing, mate. It really doesn't matter. I found 40 was too thick, personally. I'm just messing with you, AM. I actually got more than 150. Oh, no. Whack. Benji Dufour, welcome. I love Amber Supreme, but never find myself in a situation where I want to wear it. I did, and it was today. I woke up, opened the curtains, and it had been raining, and yet it's still summer. And I thought, this calls for Amber Supreme, friends. This calls for, This calls for Amber Supreme. AM says Tuscany for men is better than Azaroporom for men. I think of the Divinar, actually. I would find that very difficult to rank. In fact, I'm so glad I don't rank things. I'm so glad I don't rank things, because as soon as I put that video up, by the time it had uploaded, I'd be deleting it, because I'd be like, no, that's not how I feel. You know, very rarely will I rank the perfumes, because most of them just live in this kind of nebulous sort of cloud where they jostle for position, and some of them get the top and then come back down a bit, and they move across. And like, I haven't worn Pavarotti very much this year. It's one of my favourite perfumes. That said, the fucking dent I've put in this one already. That is ludicrous behaviour. I finished a bottle of this off last year, man. Maybe I have worn it more than I thought. But yes. Hello, Chris Moravec. Saturday, Serge returns La Nuit Tombée. As he says, the Three Musketeers. Excuse me. Wow. Herb says Chanel Eau de Cologne is gorgeous and ridiculously expensive. The girl on colognes are all historical intrigue. I need to pick up Eau de Coq one day. Oh, de Coq. What's Tomby like? What is Tomby like? AI prompt of the day. Have these two people look at framed picture of spaghetti. Framed picture of spaghetti. Spaghetti goes on a plate. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so I will be eating spaghetti. Tuesday is spaghetti day. Similar to La Couche du Diable, really well done incense fragrance, says Chris. Thank you, Herb, for your comment. I'm too lazy for ordering samples. I got a blind buy one. Herb says Galaxolide banned. Yes, outright. It's been banished. It has been banished to the Shadow Realm, as Chris Moravec says. I am desperate for some Surge decants. So anyone please hit me up if you can hook me up with Feminité Dubois. Borneo 1834, says Iman. Thank you, Chris. Have you tried Bohemian Woods? I have a backup bottle considering to sell. Look at these three absolute stunners, all worthy of signature scents, says Grissy Man. Yes! 3 absolute units, even though they're in tiny bottles. Tuscany's not that much of a tiny bottle because it's quite thick. But this is a 30ml, this is a 50ml, that's a 100ml. Very small. All the small bottles out at the minute. Welcome, Pradeep. We were just talking about a fragrance you know all about. And I can't remember what it was now. West of Scotland, weather is absolute piss, says Deep Dab Wave. Well, that is west of Scotland. You are literally like taking the brunt of an ocean there, to be fair. And you're up a height as well. It's not ideal. I've not tried Bohemian Wood. Feeling so Bohemian would you? Dior Cologne Royale, good perfume, good fragrance. Good fragrance, but they want ludicrous money for it now, and it's just not worth that. To be fair, this lasts like 6 hours. You get really good performance out of it, but it's very citrus, cologne, musk. It's not a great, you know. Fellow west of Scotland, it is truly muggy. Aye, it was muggy here yesterday as well. Shite, I didn't know he's lived that close, to be fair. Do you just go fishing and stuff like that? That's what the west of Scotland's known for, isn't it? It's a big fishing place. That is a blasphemous statement. Which one? I've probably made about 5 or 6 so far. I got to smell Acro ink recently. It's really good inky vetiver, actually. Shame they discontinued it. Yes! The girl with the nice arse who works at Tom Ford was telling me all about it. She said it smelled great on us. I was like, woman, let me grab them cheeks. It's a nice incense, Chris. So intoxicating. Isn't Galaxolide in every detergent? I wonder what other musk scent they are using. There is another one. I think I told Houdini about it, and he was like, "There's another one he really likes, but there's going to be a lot of reformulating being done, you know." Welcome. This is time to musk up. Welcome, sir. Gianno Pavarotti shines in colder weather, tested with tried and trusty technique. Outrageous. Probably guide me on Ben. There it is. Benzoin Bohem. Is the vintage old bottle worth spending 150 on? Considerable difference versus the new. 150 for the old one? Fuck no, the last time I saw one of them for sale, it was like twice that. And that I thought that was expensive at the time. It's more than that now. And that's in pounds. I thought Galaxolide was the planet Roger Dove came from. That's, you're thinking of Aaron Terrence Hughes. Surely. Spaghetti Tuesdays. Yes. Hello, Alicia. I got a good Galaxolide in the bunker, a vintage Surge, Claire de Musk. Have I still got that? I had it, but have I still got it? Definitely very common, Pat Lester, but there are tons of other musks that are common, such as Habanolide, Helvetalide, I think it was, Exaltalide, etc. I think he was talking about Helvetalide. That's what Aventus is based on, Helvetalide. 3 absolute units. The weather in Germany is an absolute swamp. Yeesh. There's nothing worse than humid weather. Like, it's just the fucking absolute pits, like. Congratulations on picking up Sauvage X-Ray RXL. It sounds awesome. I saw that pop up. I couldn't click on it. Time for me to buy vintage patchouli patch. Ugh. Apparently there was a bottle of that turned up on British eBay and I wasn't informed about it and someone else bought it. I was bloody upset. Like, why aren't I getting notifications about that? That is one of the perfumes I desire the most. If not the most. If it's full vintage bottle, 150, it's a pretty good deal. The new one is fine, but more synth sandalwood. The older version feels more benzoin dominant. Oh, excuse me. Alicia says, it's so hot here that you're frying like fried chicken. Or frying chicken. Got vintage Dunhill for men in the post this morning. Glorious stuff. Do you know I recently sold my bottle of that? I've been trying to get rid of it for a while, you should have said. Costa Gaik says, scent of the day, MFK Aqua Celestia. Roos has arrived, says Enders. I am resisting the urge. Do a video. Enders has got a Palais Royal Roos. It has just arrived. Much like myself, I've got a Palais Royal Roos. Top fragrance, that. Duchefort and Elena both like Galaxolide a lot, and of course anything with a Groissman Accord will be affected. I tried Sauvage X-Ray yesterday in a Sephora. Dark, dull amber woods, 90% close to the Creed Oud one. Ugh. That vintage bottle is a beaut. Yeah, it is actually. It is a beautiful bottle, to be fair. Excuse me, is the girl with the nice arse in by any chance? I can't be the only one. Although there are a lot of people who would not be interested in a girl's nice arse in that shop. As there are in many perfume stores, to be fair. That said, I think anybody can appreciate good cheeks. You know? A thing of beauty is a joy forever. A woman's good cheeks, that is. I ain't about appreciating a man's good cheeks. Certainly not. I think they'll be able to find a way around the mosque. No, it's the alleged lavender rose ban, and they better get ready for war. If there is a lavender and rose ban, then you better start backing up everything you love. Like, apparently, I've heard the same thing as well. They're banning lavender and rose. If they ban lavender and rose, there'll be hell on. I just don't see how that's feasible, like, unless perfume becomes something completely different. Roof slaps, great pick. Yeah, and Bretalide is a nice one too. called lavender and rose ban. Excuse me. I haven't tested side by side, but I've heard people go on nose blind to it. Science Bear says Aaron Tarantino's finger twinklings are the answer to world peace. What, they'll solve world peace? Or they'll solve war? Aaron Tarantino's makes me want to solve world peace. I assume nose blind to the new one. Endus is probably, I mean, if they ban or heavily restrict lavender and rose, they might as well just ban perfume altogether. Totally. Totally. You'll have to, I'm not joking, you will have to just literally start buying perfume en masse if that happens. Because nothing will be even relatively close to what it used to be if they keep them around. That basically just wipe fucking, like, what, 70% of perfumes away? That is an absolutely outrageous amount of perfume that stuff in. Even if it's not a note, it's an ingredient. Lavender especially. That is a consideration for the future by the EU, allegedly. Yep. Maria's posted that CK1 was immune to duplication. I mean, it's so... If the reason it would be immune to duplication is because it's so cheap anyway. And there's no point in fucking duplicating it, like. He always says hey to the chat and is thankful you're fondly remembering. We are. Welcome, Science Bear. I hope you are well. Yes, it seems to have that new diptyque style of musks and fixatives. Shit. Peach. Yes, we are all cheeky fans. I do try and tell him every time you speak of him, he appreciates all the support and will be returning to the chat when he feels more ready. As long as they haven't just hammered the Amber Woods in, I'm good. Still utterly phenomenal. It's still utterly phenomenal to me. Duck is always about backing up. Well, you might be about backing up if that comes through, though. You know what I mean? Only a reviewer who talks about potential backups during an unboxing. That. I imagine there are other people out there who do that. I find that. I may have been the first, and I may still only be the only one, but maybe not for long. I mean, Chanel number 5 and Shalimar would both go down as they both contain rose. Seems a bit insane. It is insane. It's totally insane. How many hundreds, if not thousands, of perfumes will have to be discontinued or ruined by reforms? The state of this hobby gets worse by the day. It's a dying art. It literally feels like a dying art, you know? Oh. Just letting a bit of... It feels like it's a dying thing. Like, we're not going to have anything to talk about soon, you know? I imagine the perfume thing would just move to America, like. Bring world peace, I misquoted him. He fucking giggles every time we mention Aaron Tarantino and all of his flamboyant exuberance. I say birds of a feather. Banning lavender altogether is stupid. People have been using lavender essential oil topically for eons. As he says, I'm surprised Amouage haven't retired their pre-Quentin Biche collection. RXL says, when I went to Macy's to pick up that new Dior Sauvage, it reeked of Amber Woods and Tonka in there. That's pretty much it. Yes. That's pretty much everything, to be honest. That's just what there is. And very little else. It's... I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know. I just can't see a way forward. Like, you know. Amethyst says thoughts on Zerjoff 40 knots. Rubbish. Don't like Zerjoff. Not a good brand. Don't worry, Ex Nihilo is here to save us with all the poo talisman and Wompton immortals. If I die, I want to be reincarnated as an oak moss. Just one piece. There'll be more non-Ephra brands. Don't think it'll be the age of darkness, hopefully. I mean, they're getting rid of de minimis. They've already got rid of it in America. They're going to get rid of it in Europe. They're certainly getting rid of it in the UK. So that means they're probably going to start checking every package that comes in. Whoops. That means you won't be able to sneak anything in, really. Salty take on Amber and Away. It is very smooth and well blended, says Eamon. I'm allergic to Akigala wood. Why can't that be banned? I need a lawyer. Sue! Oh, Sue! Sue, friends. Finally ordered that Lesendem Double Discovery set yesterday. Well excited, as I've only tried Musta Sabla, and that was excellent. I am excited to hear what you think of it. That Azzaro from 80 is the best one, says Omar. I've got a few vintage bottles. I've got 3. I've got 2 100s. I've got this 50, and I've got a 30 as well. They're all testers, apart from this one. Georgie Wood Fernandez and Aki Bish will do everything. You can always get stuff from Russian Adam. I'm not buying shit from Russian Adam. I'm not buying shit from Russian Adam. I just don't like it. Like, at least I feel Bish is a bit more versatile. What the fuck's wrong with my leg? Oh. Has anyone smelled Towers Le de Jardin Cache yet? I might get a sample of it. I still haven't smelled Cafe Arabesque yet. First and second version of Zoro are both excellent, but I slightly prefer the second version, says Nicholas. Interesting. How can you tell them apart? How can you tell? I'm going to put these back. It feels a tad more refined and gentlemanly. They've taken the edge off it, you mean? I've taken the edge off it. Oh. There we are. Cafe Arabesque is very sweet, says Fragrance Time. Well, I was going to buy a sample from Brooke, but you've got to buy 3, and she hasn't got 2 other perfumes that I want to try at the minute. Cafe Arabesque was very, very nice to me. Sucker for coffee and benzoin, though. Well, that'll do it. The new 1 Million Black is getting a lot of hype. Surely Rich will be picking that up, right? I might try it. I always think it's worth... Do you know, one day there'll be something which is going to be... It's going to be shit, but I'm going to enjoy it. A bit like that Lamal flanker that I've got, and which I still enjoy. But the prices on the secondary market for it are absolutely despicable. In fact, let's have a look at it, shall we? Let's have a look. Welcome, Tim. Tam10 says hello. Fosco. Hi, Rich. Looking for recommendations. My favourite notes are amberwoods and lemon. Bah! Horrible lemon. Hi, Tim and Tam Tam. Anyone selling their soul for a Harrods Fragrance advent calendar? Fuck that. That's just so people can say they've got them. Utterly pointless. Let's go to Ebs, shall we? Let's go to Ebs. When I figure out how to use my laptop, I might start doing live streams where I can bring stuff up on stream. And my channel is based entirely on my phone, by the way. I don't use a laptop. I don't edit. I don't do anything. You can tell I don't edit though. All my videos are done in one take. Where are we? Right. Le Male Essence de Parfum. 195. That's not that bad. It's turned a funny colour though. 195 for 125 mil. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like another 100 quid after that. So, oh, look, a mini of it. There's a mini for 20 quid. That's quite cool. Somebody wants 200 quid for one. Somebody wants 140 for... Somebody wants 140 for what? 75 mil sealed imperfect box. Has somebody broke the seal? I'll give you half that. Hooligan. What size is this? 75 mil? Why are people wanting fucking so much for that fucking ludicrous fucking perfume, like? Alright, somebody here has got a bottle of it, right? 125 mil, rare and discontinued, they claim. Alright. £172. Should I offer them 120? $120. Let's see what they have to say, friends. Your offer was declined. The cheek of them. Continue shopping. Screw them. Let's get back to the chat. I've gotten into the classics lately, mainly due to this channel, says Sean. Are vintage versions a rabbit hole with venturing down, or is ignorance bliss? I mean, you've got to test for yourself. That Jean Paul Gaultier flanker is berserk. 350 for 75 mil. American prices are ludicrous, like. Oh, I thought you filmed in 70 millimeters, Nolan style. I use my camera on my newer phone, so that's much better. But it's still not like, it's not great. I think it's gonna rain again. Fuck. Still can't even get over this potential rose lavender product. Do you have any more information? I can edit for you 100 quid for a video. Mate, my channel barely breaks 100 quid a month, man. There are so many fantastic vintage fragrances that I almost don't care about current releases. Ordered a bottle of original Genghis Khan yesterday. Outrageous. I had a mini of that. It was great. I have a sample, love it, but can't swing it. The blue juice isn't the same. It's the EDT. The what? It's not a rabbit hole to go down, in my opinion. Some people genuinely enjoy the hunt. I prefer to support indie perfumers making good stuff today. Sultan Pasha, Liz Moore's Tower, maybe Hiram Green. I like Sultan Pasha, I like Liz Moore's, I like Tower, Hiram Green. I've never smelled anything by that brand I didn't hate. I thought he said he was going to stop. He spat his dummy out for something, didn't he? The deep brown juice isn't what we are referring to, says Frank. Any recommendations for something close to it? I mean, I would like to know. Sultan Pasha stuff, where to start? Want to try Sacred Scarab? Vintage minis will save you a lot of money. Search Lavender Barn Reach. It's obviously not impending, but there's some push for it for the future. Love it. So, right, I need to look this up about to see what you're talking about, sir. So, saved, not saved searches, watch list. There we are. No, it's not. That's not it at all. There it is. Jean Paul Gaultier. Eau de Parfum Intense. So, it's an Eau de Parfum Intense. It's not an Eau de Toilette, it's an Eau de Parfum Intense, mate. I've got a bottle in here, let me get it out. Oh, shit. Right, you're going to have to wait. Everyone's going to have to wait a second. Ugh. Whoop. Where is it? There it is. Right, this was blue when I bought it. Now it's brown. This is Eau de Parfum Intense as well. This was blue when I bought it. Like I shit you not, this has completely changed colour. Do you want to focus or what? There you are. Eau de Parfum Intense. What year are you from? Which Europa. It's not giving any information about its batch code on the bottle. If anybody knows where to find the batch code on the bottle, please let me know. There should be one on the bottle. It's not looking good, friends, even with my aging eyes. Oh, fuck. Ugh. Right, I'm gonna have to get back to the chat. I've just gone off on a fucking an orgy there. All right. Ugh. Do do. Alright, where are we? Some Pasha stuff, where to start? Please like the stream, friends. The stream needs likes. Please buy a membership. Want to become a member? Please buy a membership. Seen a few of them on eBay, but we're unsure if they were genuine or not. I'll take a look. Nolan is wearing Musk Khabib. Is it really practical to start a vintage collection from scratch now? Unless you're loaded. I don't know whether you should be starting one now. You're certainly not going to get them at the prices I used to, which is, I mean, it's bad, but I'm glad I got mine when I did. But I just think that if I didn't have access to all these vintage perfumes, I don't know that I would be collecting perfumes now. You know, I don't think I would have a fragrance collection like. Listerine bottle of Guerlain Vetiver. Welcome, Antonio. Top fragrance. Go for boxed minis, mate. Far less likely to have turned. Sold out currently. Looks great, though. I never paid today's prices for most of the bottles in my collection. The good days are long gone. Nicholas, that's good advice. I agree. 100% boxed vintage is best. Sandra, exactly. Plus, eventually, some vintage fries are just going to vanish. Perhaps the dye is unstable. It's the vanillin. A little fly came in. Fuck that. Mitch, you have Amouage Gold Man? No, I'm not a Gold Man fan. I had Gentleman's Cologne. But I didn't like it. Which is the precursor to Gold Man. Excuse me, the precursor to Gold Man. My Lacouche turned green, says James. Is Rich craving winter scents? No, but that fragrance, that Le Male, is the only Le Male I've ever actually liked. What does that Jean-Paul Gaultier smell like, Mitch? It smells sweet. Doesn't smell too much like the original Le Male, though. It's got that suede leather thing in it, which just makes it smell really good. Like, on eBay, the one we are after is brown. It's wild, you say. The one you have went from blue to brown. My carded samples came in a copper-coloured card. Juice isn't dark brown like my teeth. Take collecting slowly. Don't rush stuff. My advice. Good advice. Aim for a small collection of stuff you really love. That's what I'd do if I was just starting out with vintage. I would back up the stuff I love. I'm very happy with how it's gone with my collecting journey. I think I've played it about as well as I could have. There's been some mistakes. Don't get us wrong, but so many that I just can't even, like, that I can't bring any to mind straight away. Take Jesus, don't. And the best thing someone can do is go your own way and don't buy what everyone else is hyped over at the moment. It's one way to avoid the hype tax. Gladly, I have all the vintage I want. Nothing left unless some unicorn like Nombre Noir Parfum or Hermes Doubly Extrait, says Prodeep. I feel very similarly. That's why I had to get more backups of Tuscany per Uomo. Goldman dry down smells like stale piss. Yes. Changed is to... Isn't twice today. Scandalous bastard. Sorry? Forget sense, I'm craving the fuck out of winter itself, says Herb. Yeah, I could very much do with it not being humid and awful. Erman says, Macassa I picked up for £50 and it's absolutely phenomenal. My chest hair grows longer every time I spray it. It's favourite 80s vintage fragrances, Nicholas. Anyway. Sold my Nombre Noir Parfum not long ago, says Sandra. I didn't know you were after it. Enders says, in my opinion, a lot of the real stuff nowadays is from the smaller brands. I can tell I'm very near the end of the push with my collection. My Surge collection is done. So is Amouage. Last vintage thing I want is Antaeus. I would love to smell vintage Antaeus, says Chris. It's wonderful. What? I mean, I enjoy the stuff I enjoy, hyped or not. I really love Ombre Nomad. I don't care who wears it and who doesn't. I don't want to let someone else dictating what I can like. Good philosophy. Missing this as I'm at work, says Mo. Fuming. Watch it on your break. Have a good stream. Thanks. Truzari Uomo Nobile Au Sauvage Extreme and Armani Oh Poor Arm are probably my most worn. The Amouage Goe topic has become quite the soap opera on Insta. Yikes. Imagine that, a soap opera on Instagram. Drama? Oh no. Not on Instagram. Gotta go back to work. See you, Mitch. Hi, Rich. Scent of the day. Commune of Paris. Commune de Paris. Anyone interested in vintage Coromandel EDT and Sycamore carded samples? Got a boatload from my grandma-in-law's in cupboard. Coromandel EDT, maybe. Carded samples? Sycamore EDT, maybe. I have a 2017 Tuscan leather bottle and I'm protect it like I'm paranoid. That stuff is gold. I've got a couple of Tuscan leathers. You know. Your grandma has some cool carded samples. Excuse me. Spaced I was referring to pricing. Most perfumes simply aren't worth the prices anymore. Yes, most perfume isn't worth the prices anymore. She is a fancy 90-year-old. Old Bulgari ones too. Outrageous. Outrageous. Old Bulgari ones too. No Queer de Russie though. Dumb Chanel counter girls never hooked her up with the real stuff. Cows. Bad cows. What the fuck? I had a vintage Queer de Russe. Got rid. I'd love to sit here and tell you that I loved it, but I just didn't, you know. Just wasn't wearing it. And there's no point if it's why I sold the Derby as well by Girl On. There's no point knowing it. There's no point knowing it if you're not wearing it. You know? I'm just gonna sit and stare at it. If ginseng biloba was €775, I would probably just buy it, but no, it's double that. Yes, it's fucking pretty foolish. That's why I didn't buy the Chanel Eau de Cologne Les Exclusives. You know? Because at retail, it's fucking mental prices. I've got 4 or 5 of each, so you can hit me up. We'll probably sell £10 a piece, maybe for $1.5 mil. No idea how the prices. I cannot find Coromandel EDT commonly. What size is it? €75 for a 245 candle, too much. 245 gram candle, too much. Typically don't like my candles and just enjoy the unlit smell and decoration. Depends who makes the candle. If it's Diptyque, Diptyque don't do 245s, they do 190s. If you don't wear it, it's just bloody clutter. Yeah, it's an ornament at that point. It's a fair price. The EDT is impossible to find. Right, Eamon, I've got my name down for that, depending on the price. Just carded samples, not decants. And you will have to reach out to me. But I need to know what size the bottle is. I will help you price it. My Diptyque Patchouli candle. I never lit up. I still smell it in the air sometimes. I got it in 2023. I do not leave my candles out, although I could. Have you ever seen those really, really big Diptyque candles? The ones that are in like almost like a bucket. They're in like a large fucking vase. You know? Oh, I thought you carded samples. I thought. So were you saying before vintage Coromandel? Okay. Okay. I thought you meant you had a bottle of the vintage Coromandel and then you had Sycamore carded samples. Yeah, tenner for them sound. Know what I mean? Thought you had a bottle. If you had a bottle, mate, it would be like fucking crazy money. My mystery Chanel French staff eau de cologne in the litre bottle arrives tomorrow. 10 pence a mil, so if it lasts 10 minutes, I don't care. That's about what I got out of it. I sold mine, friends. Sold my Chanel cologne, the one I opened last week. I got 4 Diptyque sample candles and thought they were all shite except for one in terms of performance. Sample candles? If I had a bottle, all my we would be running an auction. All right. Oh, it's really sticky. As much as I love fragrance, and I am a snob, TK Maxx for candles. No. I wouldn't be buying candles from TK Maxx for 75 quid, mate. Just don't do that. Just do not do it. As much as I love France. Sean says, I've been debating backup Cologne Officinal. Bought it in spring and I can't stop wearing it. Not sure how long to give it before I admit I'm in love with it or not. It's just a honeymoon period. Well, keep going. If the honeymoon period lasts the whole bottle and you want another one, buy another one. Hasn't been discontinued. You know, they've just changed the name. And I've smelled both. You know, I have smelled both. What happened to the limited edition Duckadobler's candle? I imagine it's sold out. That is what I imagine. I imagine it was sold and sold out. I mean the little 35 mil candles, I see. 38 gram, 35 gram, bloody hell. 35 gram candles, I see. Yeah. I am. I mean, the throw on the Diptyques for me is fantastic, I must admit. Maybe you just went nose blind to it, you know? I just love the Feu de Levant candle. I just love the lavender candle. It's fucking great. Get them under 40 quid and you're laughing. So this person has just offered me £15 off £15 off that that Essence de Parfum. Who does good candles then to influence me? Otherwise, I'm sticking to pumpkin spice latte candles, £4. Diptyque, Trudon and Diptyque. I sent a vampire. Parfum d'Empire. Parfum d'Empire do good candles. Neige was the one I like. Comforting in winter, I imagine. Hello, Mitra Kai. Potage one was fantastic. I went to Diptyque 1 or 2 months ago and they had the cafe candle, says Sandra. Wasn't it discontinued? Forgot to tell you. It was discontinued, but I do believe they've brought it back. Trudon has a great house. Love Mortel Noir for 45. Plus 45. Ram full of Asherama 45. Sorry, friends, I'm just checking something. What does this person want? Franco Baresi died. Oh, what's that? Sorry, friends, I'm a bit distracted there. I need to come back. Stop lowballing me on eBay, Duck, says Proddy. No! You will be getting lowballed to fuck. Diptyque Cafe seems to be a yearly thing. Yes. Trudon is a great house. Anyone heard anything about the upcoming Chanel releases? Any rumours? Probably just that they're going to be shit, like. I like my first scented ones from Woodwick, says North Mountain. The Home Bargains crackle wicks are fire. I'm going to get banned now. This fucking shit candle talk is not good. I've totally gone off Chanel. Only ones I like now are Pour Monsieur in any formulation and Vintage Cristal EDT. Chanel are very femme for me, and they're very classically femme, which is pretty much the opposite of what I like. You know, you would think I'd love Chanel, and I do love the ones I love. I love Antace. I love Pour Monsieur Cologne Concentrate. I love Egoist and Egoist Cologne Concentrate. I love Paris Biarritz. I love Paris Edinburgh. And to be honest, that's it. I was never a fan of all those allurons. Pardon me. Any experience with Version Originale by Jean-Marc Sinan? The bottle and the story behind that fragrance is amazing. What's the story? I had the bottle, I sold it. I had a partial and I sold it. I've done a review on it, but it's scheduled. There's a review every single Thursday between now and the Ides of March. Like, I'm not even joking. And there is a review every day for the next 7 months. Every day. Every week for the next 7 months. Yeah, let's talk about your beloved artisanal fragrances. I don't have any. They're all shit. Just not a fan of that style at all. Excuse me. It's lovely stuff. Track down a mini and see what you think. I sold it. I don't know what the story is, though. You've said there's a story behind it. I would like to know what that is. Aesop candle, says Sarah Ahmed. I was not a fan of Aesop either, to be honest. Just wasn't. Not my thing at all. Don't know why. Went there, tried them with Jura Rose. It was at the end of a very long day, though. You know, it was the first time I met Jura Rose. That's 4 years ago now. I've been knocking on for 5 years ago, that is mental. That is absolutely mental, that. Went to Manchester. He bought up all his remaining stock in 1990 and bulldozed it. Jesus. Why did he do that? Which do you like, rose oud genre? No. Never expected to enjoy it so much. They remind me of Sheepra because of the light-dark contrast. I guess that's the part I love. No, I'm not a rose oud type. I've smelled far too much of it. And for a while there, it was all you ever smelled when you walked into the department store. Rose and oud. Oud Isfahan especially. But rose and oud. I had Oud Palau. I had Monterey by Dusita, which I actually think was one of the best ones. I've got like a 20 mil of that stashed somewhere. I never had Oud Isfahan. That was a different fragrance the year it came out to every other year. You know, I'm pretty sure that got reformulated the year after it was released. You know, pretty sure it did, because that year or the following year was when they started having the droughts where they grew the roses. God knows what the fucking rose harvest's going to be in Grasse this year. It's going to be fucking appalling. Control supply, increase demand. Yeah. I like their moss-based ones, other than meh. I can't wait for it to cool down so I can wear my Samsara parfum again. Missing cold weather fragrances. Yes, by this time of year, I get to the point where I'm I'm getting over spring and summer, and I'm getting ready for the autumn and the winter. You know? Feels like it's gone very fucking quick this year, though. A lovely friend and friend of the channel gave me a Santa Maria Novella candle. Lovely. Yes, she is a lovely friend and friend of the channel. Still haven't done the Santa Maria Novella samples yet. I need to do that. I'm not even entirely sure where I've got them, because I'm getting this room painted sometime in the next month. So I've got to be like ready to move everything, like when the guy says that he's ready, which is going to be a fucking nightmare. Like, so it's going to take like 2 or 3 days. Yeah. Not looking forward to that. Diptyque Oud Palau was nice, says North Mountain. I disliked every single Dior Privé I tried except Mitza, perhaps. No! Bois d'Argent's one of the best perfumes ever. Amber Nuit's really good. Leather Oud's really good. Cologne Royale's good, but it's just good. Queer Canage is good. I have sold off a few others, though. Yes, I want to try and find Palau. Suddenly has gone up to crazy, but they discontinued it? What VO? Nothing like it to my nose, and a much preferred VO. Finally got a bottle of Une Rose, my favourite Frederic Malle. That rose is so deep, crimson and earthy. I think Macassar is ridiculously overrated, says Nicholas. Had that and sold that too. Eau Noir, yes, of course. Eau Noir is a good fragrance. That's come up on my screen as black water, though. What perfumum Roma Ambra Aurea at work today decided to ignore hot weather. It was a good wear. I don't know. Well, I like to wear the scents I like to wear in the spring and in the summer and in the autumn and in the winter, and I like to separate them. Keeps the collection fresh. Like, I would love to wear, no, I am looking forward to wearing Lone Star Memories, Au Cours du Desert, L'air du Desert, Madagascar La Bombe Vanille, Tuscan Leather, Ambra Sultan, I'm looking forward to wearing Antaeus, all the good stuff. Barber de Tangier is also excellent, says Iman. And finally, sampled Chypre Palatin. Holy smokes. Chypre Palatin's nicer in the dry down. I can't stand people who overspray in public. There is the idea that Fragcom that you should wear everything, anything, everywhere, and I don't agree at all. It is very selfish, says Spaced Out. I think there is this drive to performance as the metric, and nothing else matters. And I think everybody has lost sight of the fact that the smell is the most important thing. A guy at my gym sprays heavy oud Zarian. Yeesh. It's almost Shurgi season. So you've got a man who's reckless with his money. Reckless with his money and reckless with his sprays. And he just doesn't have a sense of smell. Do you know anyone who loves Macassar enough to wear it regularly? If you don't, it's a sign that that's mostly hype and not true love for the fragrance. And me, although I only own the 2003 formulation, I don't think it's the fragrance that's the problem. It's overspraying. Well, when I used to wear the night, I would wear one or two sprays, like. And I would genuinely enjoy it. And it didn't, I mean, it stank for the first fucking hour or so. But then it wasn't so bad, you know? Desert Gems FM ranked. Not a fan of any of them apart from the night. Which is a shame, you know? When I was wearing fragrance, I was wearing one spray on the right side of the neck, and that's it. One spray on the right side of the neck. I don't think you're supposed to spray your neck, are you? You're not supposed to spray your neck. You're supposed to spray your clavicle. You can do that. That's directly like in a straight line down from your... in a straight line down from the bottom of your ear where your ear meets your head. There's like the clavicle there. But not actually the neck. Welcome, Pio Benson. Well, that's interesting, says Nicholas. You're the first person I've ever met who does that. Who does? Sorry, says Nicholas. I must admit, I have never had... No, that's not true. I once had some people say I sprayed far too much. And that was Green Irish Tweed, of all things. I must admit I'd sprayed about 10 to 15 sprays of Green Irish Tweed on. And it's the vintage version. And I walked into a shop which is no bigger than a small front room. Like a small front room. More like a hallway. And they were like, whoa, fuck no. I said, you're going to have a fucking... No, you stink. I was like, fuck no, can you smell us? They were like, aye. That's too much. I was like, fuck off. It speaks a lot about the level of education and manners. Just rude. If I could throw on those who do that wearing shitty fake hood, I would. Tried Sauvage X-Ray. It's not out here until later next month, apparently. Later this month now. It's not out till later this month. So, you can make of that what you will. That's going to be... it's going to be an experience. I mean, I know RXL was talking about it earlier. Where he was like, oh, I think he bought it, didn't he? I think he bought it. But I look forward to trying it. I did try to try it, but they wouldn't let us try it, unfortunately. I am going to go into the department store tomorrow and try the new Hermes Essence. I'm going to see about going to the deli. Actually, I might put it off till Thursday because I know they get their deliveries on a Wednesday for the deli, and I want some stuffed vine leaves. So I think I'll put it off till Thursday. Sorry. Now I avoid wearing anything in public. I enjoy fragrance as a personal, introspective experience more. I used to want others to smell me. Now I don't care. So my habit of spraying perfume, the way I spray it and the amount I spray and what I wear, notice I don't wear anything with amber woods in. Everybody apart from that person always says the same thing when I ask them. And I do have to ask them. I'm like, can you smell us? And they're like, yes, but it's just right. It's just nice. So things don't fucking emit off my skin, but I don't wear the shit that has that kind of performance. You know? I just don't wear that type of thing. So it works out for me. Gonna make a splash with Parfum d'Empire soon. Just waiting on my discount code. Get the sample set. Could buy 5+ of their things. It sounds like you have already smelled things. Mitra cases because I may want to blind buy and I is scared. What may you want to blind buy? Ordered Frank Boclet. Just heard the right things in the reviews. People putting it between Kuros and Opium. Stuffed vine leaves, a man of culture, Dolme. Very nice stuff. Get some jamon iberico, perhaps some Coppa Trentina, get some balsamic onions, maybe some feta stuffed cherry peppers. There's a cheese I quite like that they sell called Black Bomber, and it comes in a wheel, like a small wheel. Yeah, you can buy slices of the big wheels, but this one comes in a small wheel for like 7 or 8 quid, and it's just sitting in the fridge downstairs. Haven't opened it yet. I might have a slice later tonight, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I have Brody, but I can't get that potion out my car. My forearm just been rubbing against my car. It's a nightmare. Something else I fear. I like to wait out. I like to wait until everything's sort of settled before I actually leave the house or leave the room. I always give it like 10 minutes, you know, just so everything's like fully attached to us. I don't like spray on exposed skin either. Like my forearms and stuff. Mo with his selfish spray. I only do that at night when I want to smell things, you know, and I'll do that before I go to bed. So I can just like, and then when you wake up in the morning, you can smell the actual late dry down. So, yes. I beg your pardon, says Mitra. Don't you wear leather rude? I do wear leather rude. That's the shit with projection. It is, to be fair, but I don't wear that much. When I wear that stuff, I only put like 2 or 3 sprays on. I aim for occasional wafts through the day. Yes. If I want to smell myself, just put my nose in my top. Fortunately, I wash, so I don't smell of fucking body odor. So I'm quite fortunate in that regard. You know. That's why you never get compliments. Fuck compliments. Believe me, I tell myself I smell fucking amazing multiple times a day. Is the ginseng Hermes Essence out in the UK? Probably was usually weeks ahead in Paris. Yes, I believe it is. You can buy it on the website, so I believe it is. I put 1 tiny spray of Ombre Nomad on my hand and enjoyed it. Rien is also 1 tiny spray on the hand. Rien. I'm struggling with Rien at the minute. I'm going to have to see how it goes. Bobby Dior has approved. Hey man says, got the Big Daddy Disco set already. Phenomenal. Fougère Bengal, Eau de Gloire. There is a vintage Eau de Gloire Parfum 100ml on eBay, mate. British eBay has a bottle, and the guy offered me a considerable fucking discount today. It is out in Canada, Tim. I am sure the rest of the world have gotten it. Black Bomber is a heater too oofed. It's a good cheese, that. Black Bomber is absolutely class. Oh, I'm so glad that people love the fucking cheese. Black Bomber is delightful. Have you ever had nettle cheese? You ever had nettle cheese? Nettle cheese is fucking mint. I saw the Larbo City exclusive sample and set price and started laughing. They really are shameless, fully taking the piss. Managed to back up. Levand, friends. Managed to back up Levand. The Larbo. And the person's rejected my fucking my scandalous offer for the Jean-Paul Gaultier. I offered 120. Make offer. How many offers have I got left? 2. 130. That's what you'll get out of me, bitch. If not, the seller has declined your offer. The seller can suck a fat one. Fuck them. Bitches. Where am I? Oh, fuck. England is usually well behind to benefit of Brexit. Brown Bomber and dose of salt you take before an eating competition. Wafts from the duck's loft. Oh no, nothing is behind Canada, Tim. Roy Goddickson, hello. How are you doing? I'm okay. Zaharoff signature Gusto Limone. Never heard of that one. I've got the original, which I do rate. I do rate that one, actually. I wonder if it's ever been reformulated. I like it Frederick Moss since the exact same way as paintings in the Louvre. I look at them the same way as paintings in the Louvre. Thinking about compliments is desperate and lame, in my opinion. Oh wow, Rich, thanks for the heads up. The juice looks like fairy liquid. Yeah, it's green. It's green. Start watching it. But they literally offered me a bot. Like, I'll tell you. Give us a second. I'll tell you, because I got it today. What's this? There it is. Can you see it? So, it's 118 euros on eBay, and they offered me it today for 89. All right? Which is like, what, 80 quid? 75 quid? No, sorry, that's not true. That's not true at all. That's Yuzu Fu. Where's the Eau de Gloire? Where is the Eau de Gloire? I'm not watching it, so I don't know why I'm trying to find it. Eau de Glory. There it is. It's from Kuwait. OMG perfumes. I've bought from them before. They are sound. They are sound. So it's £106 for 100 ml. And they've got one left. And they want 15 quid postage. So it's 120 quid all told. And it's vintage. You can buy off them. I've bought off them. They're sound. Eau de Gloire is fantastic for me. It smells similar to Juarez from Roberto Greco, which I wish I have. Cornish Yorkers rolled in nettles, but they are not in the cheese itself. Nettle cheese is lovely. Cafe Arabesque oddly reminds me of Asiati, actually. I like Cornish Cruncher when it comes to extra mature. You are teaching Kit Kat bad words. He is a rascal. He would learn anyway. It's better he learns from Uncle Mitch. When a seller declines my offer on Vinted, I block them. Scent of the day is orange Sirocco. Lovely. I quite like that. I mean, orange Sirocco is lovely, but I quite like the idea that you block someone for declining your offer. The bastards. Clotted creams and scones. Delicious is probably. The other Gloire is from the Kuwait side. No, you're right, it is. I was thinking of Yuzu Fu, which is also not from the UK, so maybe I wasn't thinking that. I don't know. Just took a massive shit with my clothes on, to be perfectly honest, mate. Nettle cheese sounds interesting. My favourite cheese is bacon camembert. And another French one whose name I can't remember. Open your message, says Lily. What message? Oh, shit. Oh, that's quite good. Lily's trying to blackmail us. State of it. Shall I show you what she's trying to blackmail us with? It's a sticker. I quite like it though. I've ticked off it now, so I can't show you. Vinted is a good space for fragrances. Yes. Just gotta be double shit. They are now because they've got the buyer protection thing. So the buyer protection thing is you've got to have it. It's good. I mean, I've bought a couple of fragrances. I bought this Eau de Cologne Imperial for what, 40 quid? 100 ml sealed. It's like over 100 quid in the shops. It's fucking ludicrous, but it's a beautiful thing. Clear my debt, motherfucker. Clear your own debt. Hobo. If you buy something from Kuwait, hope it's not on a boat. Well, I don't think it is, to be fair. When I bought off them, it wasn't. And I've bought something else from someone in the region recently, and that wasn't on a boat either. I thought it would be a lot of tosh new stuff on there. Didn't realise some vintage too. Yeah. Vintage is probably the best for fragrance. It's good for partials because they don't take fucking partials off, do they? Like eBay does, the fucking perverts. But yes, you've got to make sure the war doesn't start up by the time they've sent it out, so. Where are we? Vintage do take partials off, by the way. Really? Eau de Cologne. I love that one. Actually, nice Eau de Cologne. It's beautiful. It's beautiful when it's hot. See, it's just beautiful just to put on at night before you go to bed. There are many fakes on Vinted, but I get many great vintage scents. Yeah, I would stick to... Well, I like to buy candles. Not many people fake candles, although I have had one recently, which I sent back. Again, buyer protection. Vinted will ban you for partials. I did not know that. My Joran Parfum got taken down multiple times. Was posting from my wife's account. She was pissed. Oh dear. Eau de Guerlain is the best when it comes to unisex citrus aromatics, in my opinion. Good day, Jonathan. Still managed to post partials? I don't know how to manage it. I'm a little late to the party. What's the lazy you've got there? The Legend Damodabla. This is my scent of the day. It is Ambra Supreme. I have many others. Hi, John. If you have a box and take photo on horizontal, juice looks full. Yes, there's a lot of that shit I've seen recently. People lying their bottles down. If you have a box and sorry, probably under a different category. Yes, bioprotection prevents STI. List as collectible, not fragrance, maybe. Well, it depends. It depends. Unless somebody's looking for that fragrance directly, then you know what I mean. Some people may need to post the partials with the bottle sitting upright. You can level straight away. Okay, how to manage it. Which cologne do you like the best, Rich? Pass. Eau de Cologne Imperial is pretty special, though. I've got to admit, Eau de Cologne Imperial is a special fragrance. It's absolutely fucking glorious. It's an incredible fragrance. Lavande by L'Occitane, that's pretty great. The colognes by Les Indemnidables. The Chanel Eau de Cologne is pretty special. So there are many to pick from. It might also have to do with the brand. Dior naturally a big brand, so maybe that's why I picked mine up. Yeah, too many fakes and cheats too. Some folks found a brick in the locker coming from vacation. Yikes. Well, there's that fragrance content creator, Philip Carter. He's been fucking arrested in America. He was buying perfumes off, I don't know. He was buying perfumes off, was it Nordstrom's? He was opening them, taking the bottles out, and then returning the boxes, and the boxes had clay inside them. You know what I mean? What the fuck? That's just wanton criminality, that. Bought partial towers off eBay, no problem. The Eau de Cologne Imperial noted front burner. Proper fragrance. Just go there. They'll have it in the stores, Bob. It's fucking glorious. That YouTuber bloke who sent back stones. Yeah, clay. It was clay. So he was sending back. The fucking absolute nutter. How did he was doing it for ages as well, apparently. Like, how did they not fucking figure it out? I mean, once you've got away with that, like, 1, 2, 3 times, I mean, you just want to say to yourself, like, oh, I've, like, saved, what, $1,000? Like, I've stolen $1,000. But it's the same with everybody. It's greed. You know what I mean? It's like getting away with robbing a bank. You robbed a bank. Sound. How much have you taken? $1 million. Brilliant. Robbed a bank, got $1 million. Why the fuck would you then carry on robbing banks? Dickheads. Question, what's your duty-free fragrance spray go-to? Don't go to duty-free, to be honest. I haven't been to duty-free for a long time. Imperial is lovely, but I prefer Castile when it comes to one dominated by Neroli. That Castile by Penhaligon's. There's a bottle of that lurking about somewhere. And it's like fucking... It's ludicrous money. Sounds like an inside job. Mate, it wasn't. I don't think it was. Because he was returning them sealed. So he was like being really careful opening them. He would take the bottle out and then he would repackage them, right? And send them back. So they would open the boxes. So what they would do is they wouldn't realize, I think, at first, until And I'll send you, if I haven't sent you this, Jonathan, I'll send you it again, mate. Because he's been arrested by the police and all sorts. They've either put it back on the shelves or they've sold it to somebody else, right? And they've opened it and they've been like, what the fuck? Can you imagine being the person that's being sold that? You know what I mean? Bulgari put rum ADP for me. I always find it in every duty free. In France, if the plastic wrap was slightly off, no return possible. Used to have Bulgari pour rhum soir. That was an interesting one. De Cologne Imperial launched in 1860. Jeez Louise. Yes, and it genuinely did as well. It was, this is a story I tell in the unboxing tomorrow, friends. It was created as a perfume for Empress Eugenie. This is true as well. It was created as a perfume for Empress Eugenie to help her with her headaches. You know? I tend to go with one of those Hermes Jardins and Narciso Rodriguez Musk or Diptyque if they've got it. It's often liked. He made it as if it was still sealed. What if they put it back on the shelves or shipped it as new and some poor customer next time? God, that's what happened, I think. I can't imagine finding Clay in the order of a niche fragrance. Yikes. Yeah, Max Runner told me he had issues like that with boxes full of casino chips. Fucking hell. Castile for £400 on the UK. Yeesh. Welcome, yes. Welcome. £400. That is an absolutely outrageous. I bought my bottle for £80 on eBay 1 month after it was discontinued. Bet you were fuming about having to pay that much as well. Because no doubt before that it was probably gone for a bit cheaper. Which perfume was for Empress Eugenie? It was Eau de Cologne Imperial. It was Eugenie Bonaparte when they reinstated the Bonapartes. Do Wilderberries sell perfume? I don't know. In fact, I don't know what Wilderberries is. They didn't bite. Oh, that really vintage one, and the price is fucking ridiculous, but it's £78 for my bottle of Castile, new but unboxed, because that's how they were in the Penhaligon sales. Yes! Give you 120 quid for it. Yeah, okay. Guess they always have Hermes. They didn't know the cause of the headache was the husband. Who knows? If all that is true in the light of current affairs, I'm not sure the girl owners were all perfumers anymore. I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, I understand, especially with like, yeah, I know what you mean, but I think that was actually true. Missed the days of Penhaligon selling unboxed sartorial for 50 quid. The old version as well, the version in the old presentation. I smelled the latest one. It's not heinous. So it's not a write-off. It's not heinous, friends. It's not a disaster, but it's not as rich. I don't want to say thick, but it's not as rich as the old version. I want to wear Amber Rousse in the cold weather. I'm still devastated you sold yours, says Pat. I just wasn't wearing it. Mate. It's not a perfume I was wearing. I need to dehydrate. I have to dehydrate, friends. Please like the stream. Buy a membership if you wish. It is $3, £3, whatever you want. One of them. 3 something. is up? What is up? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Okay, where are we? Wait, what? What am I selling? The girl on to the right of that blue juice beacher. It's Frenchie Lavande. I haven't won very much of that this year either. I won quite a bit of it last year when I got it. Now the prices are fucking ludicrous, like. I know I've got a buyer in Mo though. Where are we? Jacques Saint Jean Paul Guerlain are still probably my favourite perfumers of all time. I know of one perfumer who got scammed by that guy for $1,200 and he can't get the money back in any way. It's pure loss. That's hard for a niche brand. Yeah, fuck that guy actually. I'm not a major fan of niche perfumery or indie or artisanal fucking perfume, but fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, don't steal, especially not from fucking people like that. It's fucking despicable, like. You know what I mean? It's absolutely fucking appalling. Fucking thieving little tramp. You know what I mean? Hopefully he gets sent away. 250 grand, you know. 250 grand is what he stole. Thieving little fucking bastard. Ever since I started selling, Philip Carter he's called. Ever since I started selling stuff, I realised that I have to sell some amazing fragrances, even if I like them a lot, if I am not wearing them. Or not even smelling them at home, at least. Yeah, I mean, look, you're talking to a man who sold vintage Guerlain Derby. I had a 200ml bottle, you know? And I really liked that. One of the best leathers ever made. But I wasn't wearing it. What time in history? Wait, what am I selling? I don't have anything, Rachel. It lasts for a total of 3.5 seconds. But what a 3.5 seconds. I discovered Histoire de Parfum the other day. Sold my bottle of Ambra 114 too. Really nice house. 114 Fidelis in 1740. Ordered a 15ml off Natino for $30. £30. I remember Old Beauty selling boxed ones for 60, mate. Yeah, I bought my 120ml 114 for about 60 quid. Have you seen me joke around before, Bob? Sell it to Paroli. Often, like, says my UK trip for August is cancelled for personal reasons. Sad as I could have brought a good number of bottles and samples for people too. Oh no! Is the personal reason that you are broke after going to Paris? He's got Paris disappointment syndrome. He's got Paris disappointment syndrome and he can't bear another heartbreak. He's going to go to London and get stabbed. He's worried. He's heard that the stabbings are going down in London and he's not going to get stabbed and he's very disappointed and he doesn't want to miss out. You know? He can't take that. He can't take it. Poor man. 114 is a great amber, no doubt. I just couldn't justify owning that and load the amber by L'Artisan. I agree that the L'Eau d'Ambre, I prefer L'Eau d'Ambre Extreme. L'Eau d'Ambre is a bit too much like Maître Parfumeur Gantier's Ambre Préchaud. It's a bit too powdery for me. Although often, like the same for me, I told some amazing germs that I adored but didn't even wear or smell. I was so prepared for a good stabbing. Well, should have struck while the iron was hot, really. Oh, Artisan Vintage teases me. Impossible to sample, just have to send it. It's not easy to find. There is a bottle of Noir Exquise out there. Does anybody know if Noir Exquise is any good? Is it a nice fragrance? Can somebody compare it to something? I sold that Allude as well. Wasn't a big fan of that Allude. Bought it, catch and release, catch and release. $17.25 for Winter Invasion Bar for spring and autumn. I wear Invasion Bar in the summer. Yes, it's thick, but it works really well. I saw that one, Rich. Noir Exquise is meh. I like Noir Exquise, but I think you'd dislike it. Originally, a big synthetic sandalwood in the base. It does kind of make us feel a bit ill, synthetic sandalwood, to be honest with you. I don't like it. You met Christopher Sheldrake in Paris. Good grief. That's outrageous. He never mentioned that. It's nice, though, you know, the whole Discord and the YouTube channel bringing people together. It's good stuff, that. Pardon me. And Sheldrake confirmed he redid a bunch of Surgery Ton formulations in the last 2 years. So newer batches are good. Newer batches are good. Which ones? Have you worn Healy Cologne this season? No, that's another one I haven't worn. I'm not selling it. Definitely not selling it. I really like it. Very green, very soapy, very good. Definitely not selling it. But I haven't worn that. I haven't worn Grey Vetiver. That said, do you know, I've had this bottle for fucking years. I've had this bottle for a very long time. You're talking well over 10 years. Well, maybe 10 years, actually. And that's how much I've used. And I love it. It's an incredible perfume. Haven't worn very much of it, though. Haven't worn very much of it. Great fragrance, this. Good God. Oh, I might wear that tomorrow. I always like to wear something that's not available in store when I go to the department stores. I wore Cologne Officinale this summer. It's fantastic. That's right. He fixed them. Aha. Yes, it can work for cooler summer days. It's not quite as rich as I imagined it before that. Yeah, it's a little bit... There's a lot of hay in there, isn't there? Oh, which ones? The classics, basically, like Feminite. Ambra Salt. Also got me a bottle of Athenian. I found that some of Neela's are either too strong for me or too weak and disappear in seconds. The Naya by Vero was too sweet. So is Greco making another perfume with Sheldrake? Yes, he is. 5 o'clock au gingembre. I wonder worth Palais Hunt or just get the current. I would just get the one that's previous between the two, if that makes sense. Did you try Healy Pomelo Crush? No. Bit of a disappointment, to be frank. Yes, actually, I think I did. Wasn't a huge fan. I actually put on some Eau de Grey Vetiver this morning, a little on the arm, just for myself. The Selfish Spray. The Feminite new formulation is great. It was not the case before. I see. Hello, friendlies. Welcome, Tripler. Scent of the day is a Zaro Pour Homme. Yes. I might wear that tomorrow. Grissy says, do you think Montfresh is still good Healy? Seems to keep his scents in good shape. Yeah, I think it's in good shape, but the performance isn't as good. And it was never great. This Surge News is great. Thank you for your service, guys. And that is it. Tripler has scared me off. No, I've got to go. I've been flagging for about an hour, if I'm being honest with you. I was going to go on the hour, and I thought, bollocks, just push through. But I'm off. Zoro Porom is still kicking most modern designers' arse, even in the current state. I agree. I agree as well. It's on like the bottom shelf of like a nothing fucking stand as well. It's disgusting. It should be at the top. It's a fucking much better fragrance than basically everything they've released since. Like, anyway, thank you very much for watching, friends. Thank you for liking and commenting, keeping me company, and I will see you all again soon. Good night.